My name is Stefan Lanka.
Yes, and you are a virologist.
I'm a virologist.
Okay, Mr. Lanka, what made you come to the conclusion that there is no such thing as the measles virus after all?
Well, mainly two things. I recognized how biology works, how life forms, what mechanisms brought us into being, what makes a disease form, how we can get back to health again, and there is no room in there at all for something like a pathogenic virus. That would be the answer to your question. How I came to this conclusion and why I'm positive about my findings, the second part of the answer. I myself am a virologist. I am discoverer of the ocean's first megavirus, which did not do anything bad to anyone, and today we know that life emerges from precisely these structures. So naturally, with this competency as virus discoverer, I reviewed contemporary medicine's claims, whether these pathogenic viruses exist at all, and I came to the conclusion that that simply isn't so.
You recently put out the offer of €100,000 prize money to anyone who can prove you wrong. Why this competition?
Well, I want to achieve a reformation in medicine. That is long overdue. Everybody knows that there is something fishy about the SARS epidemic, the bird flu, the swine flu, that there's something wrong about it. And well, I'm simply the first to have the courage to go public with this. Now, I do have enough people behind me who support me. This also includes a Nobel Prize winner, of course. But somebody simply has to start talking about it. We need a reformation in medicine. The costs are not payable anymore. At the same time, people are growing sicker.
We were talking about this earlier. If there's no such thing as the measles virus, how do you explain the symptoms that are normally cited in reference to the measles?
Well, the same way one would have explained it in the past, before the idea of a measles virus came into being. The same way other medicinal cultures, such as the Chinese or the ancient Indian Ayurveda medicine tradition, have explained it, where there is no material contagion, but the skin is poisoned from the outside through crude oil products, the toxins that are in them, as well as the poisoning of our skin from the inside. This is the reason why people visit the sauna, so all that stuff can come out. If the kidneys cannot get rid of these toxins, if the urine is white and substances like urea, uric acid and creatinine stay inside the body, all that stuff will work itself to the outside through your skin. The skin nurtures us, the skin detoxifies us. And once that mechanism is compromised, we will get the inflammation of our skin, which is then usually referenced as measles. There's also a third thing that I have reviewed and determined to be scientifically exact and correct, and that is that psychosomatic effects can come into play when one is separated through violence from something or somebody. In that case, we literally get thin skin, which one can also feel. And when the trauma has been processed, the skin will repair itself again. And this process is precisely the one we usually call measles.
So how do you explain the danger of contagion?
Well, I think that's pretty clear. The question of contagion, if I drink the same water, if I eat the same toxins, if I rub the same toxins onto my skin, if the same toxins are working their way out of my body, I will show the same symptoms at the same time or shortly thereafter.
Well, there's one young physician from Hamburg who purports that he has proven the existence of the measles virus after all, and is now demanding you pay him the €100,000 prize. Why do you not recognize his proof as such? What is the problem there?
Well, the term evidence is defined in Germany and only in Germany. This is the reason I opened this contest under German law, because nowhere else in the world is science defined, neither is scientific fraud part of the usual statutes of criminal law, and this is basically the reason they can say and do whatever they want.
But what information did he submit specifically that you do not recognize as evidence?
He has sent me publications that, firstly, anyone who is capable of the English language can verify, because they are all published in English. And you will find that there is no evidence in there for the existence of a virus, for the isolation of a virus, nor for the characterization of the actual elements of a virus. This can be confirmed by any non-professional in a matter of hours who will take the time to read the publications.
Okay, so you are not against the designation measles, you are against the claim that it is caused through a virus.
Exactly.
Because the sickness that emerges seems to be really real, obviously.
Yes, your question about the pathology of measles, about the designation, is very correct. It is one of the diseases that has been very accurately defined in a medical sense, very exact. It's a maculopapular inflammation. However, viruses are always cited as the exclusive single cause of it. But scientifically speaking, that was not true in the past, nor today. By now it has also been positively refuted, because the models that we have today, there is no room in there for war and attack. All of that stems from historically antiquated thinking, and there is no such thing in reality. Officially, it is a viral disease. But those physicians who did not pay any attention, or older physicians, will simply treat it with antibiotics, which is even wrong according to our contemporary school medicine model and does not make any sense.
And how should it be treated?
Well, you have to look for the causes. The question cannot be answered in general. Any human will have individual causes. Is it a poisoning from the outside, from the inside? In what condition are the kidneys? This is always the most important thing to look for, just like within Chinese medicine. How are the kidneys doing? Because they tend to enlarge small symptoms tenfold. And what are the psychosomatic effects that contributed? All of this has to be looked at, and you will find the cause and hence the perfect therapy and treatment.
Thank you for this interview.